Hey guys, what's up? My name is Mark and welcome back to Friday Gear HK. And in this video, we are going to be diving deep into the Ninja Weeylite 20, or the Weeylite Ninja 20, which is a COB light, as you can see here. This light is a 200 watt light, which means it is an extremely powerful light. Let me show you. This is only at 6% right now. If I blast it all the way to 100%, this is what this light can do. This is at 100%, so without further ado, let's dive into the review and let's take a look at the light from a top-down angle. So the things that are included with the Ninja 20 Daylight Only kit is the light itself and the little protective cover on the front, which attaches and detaches using the Bowens mount system, which is controlled using this green knob over here. You just push it down and then rotate the disc, and you can attach it again by pushing it and then rotating right. You can hear a locking sound and you're good to go. And the second thing that is included is this reflector. It's a Bowen style mount reflector, and it can amplify the light a little bit and direct the light a little bit. So it mounts the same way as the protective cover. There are 3 little squares here that you must align with the Bowen style mount. That's just how Bowen style mount works. So you align it, push, and then rotate to the right, and you're good to go. And now you've got a professional looking light that looks like this. And the next thing that is included is the power supply. So this is what powers the Weeylite Ninja 20 and is included with a way to mount the power system onto a light stand. So I think this is very nice of them to include this, because it just removes all the clutter that is included with lights. So it's very easy to attach. So to attach your power brick onto this, you can loosen this by rotating it. It's going to slowly open this way. And now this gives you the ability to slide this like this, or just slot it in from right to left. So that's what I'm going to do. So once you're there, make sure that the cable is not being stressed in any way. Now rotate it back to tighten it. So at the back part, you see this little clamp. You can attach this to a light stand. Let me show you how to do that. So let's just pretend that this is the neck or the base of the light stand. All you need to do is just make sure that this is wide enough. So unscrew it and then put it like that, and then screw it down. Okay, so now it is attached. So remember, pretend that this is the light stand. It is now attached. So all you need to do is plug in the other end like this. And yeah, so you can have a little system, a power system, that is not in the way whenever you film or whenever you walk around near the light. So here we have a top-down angle of the Ninja 20. So this is the main control interface right here. As you can see, we have 2 knobs or dials, one on the left and one on the right, and we have 5 dedicated buttons: the power, the set, the CCT button, the FX, and we even have a dedicated fan button, which we will be talking about later. But let's talk about power first. So here, the power, or the main way of powering this, you don't have any way to power it using a V-mount battery, but we will be using a dedicated DC 36 volt power supply. So as you can see, you can know that it's a 36 volt power supply. You can see these 3 pins over here, which correspond to these 3 pins, or these 3 holes and these 3 pins, and then you can slot it in like this. So most of you guys are probably used to using a 12 volt adapter, but for this kind of light, the 12 volt won't cut it anymore. We're going to have to step up all the way to 36 volts. So again, this is the main interface, but before we tackle that, let's go to the top first. On the top part of the light, we have a massive heat sink, which helps to dissipate heat. And on the front part of the light, we have our main COB, which means our chip onboard light. And at the bottom of the light, you can see that there are grills, as well as a fan inside the grills. I don't know if you can see it through the grills, but there is a fan there, which we will be talking about in a little bit. So let's start examining the main interface. If I press the power button over here, right away, the LCD screen will pop up, and we are now at 1%. So right off the bat, right away, you can see different details being shown on the LCD screen. First is the channel, which is indicated by CH. The next one is GR, which is indicated by the letter. GR means the group. So actually you can group different lights together. So it's up to you according to how you want to do it. And then the mode we are on is CCT, which is our standard color temperature. And 1% is just gonna mean that we are on 1% power right now. And 5600 Kelvin is just indicating the color temperature, which this light only has daylight, which is good because we can get a brighter light out of this light compared to if it was a bicolor, then the bulbs will have to share being bicolor. So if you can see, if I spin this knob over here, you can see that it's doing nothing, right? Because this knob over here is dedicated for the bicolor system version of this Ninja 20. I think they have the Ninja 20B, which is the bicolor version. So if you have two knobs over here, the left knob will be controlling the tungsten lights and the right knob will be controlling your daylight. As you can see, I moved it a little bit to 3% and it got brighter, right? So the next button we will be talking about is the set button on this side. So if I press this, this allows me to now use this knob to go from channel 1 all the way to 19. Which means if you have multiple Weeylite lights like this, you can use them to be grouped together, which means you can use only one remote or one control interface to control the whole system. So yeah, this is a very useful feature. Okay, so the next button over here is CCT, which means correlated color temperature. So in plain language, this just means you can go from different color temperatures, which means you can go from orange to white. But in this case, this is only a daylight only light. So this button is disabled. This button is reserved for the bicolor lights, the Ninja 20B. This light has more power than the Ninja 20B because all of these bulbs over here are dedicated just for daylight. So the fourth button over here is just the FX button, which is short for effects. So if you press this, now you can enter the effects mode of this light and you can control the different settings using the left knob. So using the button over here, you can scroll between speed and scene. So if you go to speed, now you can go from normal to fast to slow. And when you press again, you can scroll through the different effects like SOS, lightning storm, explosion. So it's up to you according to your use case if you can actually benefit from this FX button feature. And now we have, I think, the most important feature of them all, which is the fan button. So with different companies coming out with COB lights, the main issue that they go through is that the fan is just too loud to be used as a key light. So if this light you were to use with a softbox with a fan, the microphone will be picking up the noise, right? But Weeylite has taken these matters into consideration by putting us or giving us a dedicated fan button. So with this one, right now it's lit up, right? Which means the fan is engaged. The fan right now is spinning. I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually spinning right now. But if I press it, now the fan is disabled. I don't know if you can hear it, but the fan is now disabled. But the only problem with disabling the fan is now, if you rotate this dial over here, the maximum power that we can have is only 20%. Even if I rotate it, it can only go to 20%. It can only go more upwards towards the higher range by disabling this feature. So if I press again, now I can rotate higher, but we will not be going that high. I'm just showing you guys that with this fan, the moment I press it, it's going to go back to 20%. So the only output that you have maximum in terms of power is just 20%. So that is one good feature that this light has, is the ability to actually switch off the fan. Because I remember before with the old the Yongnuo lights, I actually had to go into the light, unscrew everything, and then remove the fan. It was just such a pain in the butt to do that. But now Weeylite is so good that they now gave us a dedicated fan button to disable this built-in fan. So right now we're going to test how loud the fan is. So right now the fan is off, so you can see that it is not lit up. The button is not lit up. So we're only limited to 20% on the brightness because, yeah, we can't go above that or else the fan will kick in. So we go back to 1%. And now I'm going to press this button and then we're going to switch the fan on and check how loud it is. So now we're going to be talking about this knob over here, which is on the right hand side of the control interface. And as you can see, it has like very defined teeth. But if we remove it or unscrew this, so if you look closely on this side, it has a little pad, a little rubber pad. So if you want this to be able to support more weight using the Bowen's mount on the front, I suggest you remove this rubber pad. So now if we tighten it back, the teeth or the defined teeth will actually grab onto each other more. Like you can already imagine that this is the one that's blocking the two contacting points. So if I tighten it, whoa, this is now going to be super duper secure. So yeah, so if you want to be able to hold more weight down with the Weeylite Ninja 20 with just using a light stand, I do suggest to just remove this rubber thing, and it's going to be a lot more secure. Now I can't even move it now. Hey guys, so now we're going to do a simple brightness test with the Weeylite Ninja 20. Just a little disclaimer though, the fan that you are hearing right now is not coming from the Ninja 20. It is coming from my main light, which is the Ninja 200. That fan is really bad, like what I said a while ago. Like with the Ninja 20, you can really see that they've improved the fan performance, that it can still blow efficiently, but not as loud as the Ninja 200 from Weeylite. So yeah, so I switched the fan off, so this will allow us to go above 20%. So I'm gonna talk you through as I go through the increments of the light. So right now we are at 1%, now we are at 10%, we are at 20% now. I'm gonna switch on the fan now because it won't allow us to go any higher. This is 40%, 60%, 80%, and this is at 100%. As you can see, the room got a lot brighter. And if I point it upwards, that is a very bright light. So you can see that the scene got a lot brighter just by switching on this one light. Let's see what happens if I remove the reflective dish. If I remove the reflective dish now, you can see that the light is no longer directed at a certain point. Because with this reflector, it allows you to point it like a spotlight. Okay, so right now we are at 100%, right? If I switch off the fan, it's gonna quickly jump back to 20%. Check this out. And just like that, we're back to 20%, which doesn't need the fan to be on. You can actually use the Weeylite app to control all of Weeylite's lights. Right now I'm using the Weeylite Ninja 200 as my key light. Look at this. If I press A, I can switch it off or switch it on. And if I go to group B, which is this light over here, I can adjust the brightness, increase it, switch it off. One thing you can't do with the app right now is the ability to control the fan. So if I want to switch off the fan, I have to really go in here and press the fan button. Same goes with the Ninja 200. I don't know when they will fix this, or they might update the app, but I really hope that they will. But yeah, it's very nice to know that we have an app that actually works to control different lights. And one more thing is that you can actually buy the Weeylite RC11, which is the main remote that you can use to control Weeylite lights. Because if you don't have one of these, you have to use the app, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just as good to have a physical remote with you. Same principle as the app. You can just choose whatever group you want to adjust. Let's pretend I'm on group B right now, which is controlling the Weeylite Ninja 20. I can use it to increase the light or decrease the brightness. So definitely grab one of these RC11s if you want to get into the whole Weeylite ecosystem. I think this is going to be a good investment, especially if you get into controlling different lights all at the same time. Okay, so I have here the Weeylite WP 65cm softbox. So we're going to set it up and we're going to use the Weeylite Ninja 20 as our main key light. So give me a sec. So as you can see, this Weeylite WP 65 softbox is really a good buy. I think the way it's made, I think it can even compete with the Aperture Light Dome Mini 2, which is the one I'm using for my Weeylite Ninja 200. Yeah, I think the softbox attachment and the strength of the Weeylite Ninja 20 to carry a softbox of this size is no problem. Okay, so let's wrap up the video, guys. So who do I think the Weeylite Ninja 20 is made for? I think this light is made for the seasoned professional, or probably like a YouTuber like you and I. So the Weeylite Ninja 20 is really a very versatile light. I like the way that they included the fan button on the back because it just solves a lot of problems that I had with previous lights, like the old YN600 fan noise. Remember those old LED panels wherein you had to really open the light and then remove the the fans inside. That was just a very tedious time when it comes to lights, but now because of the Weeylite Ninja 20 with the built-in fan button, it makes my life so much easier than it was before. So yeah guys, if you're looking for a COB light, I strongly suggest checking out some lights from Weeylite or Viltrox. Don't go for the Ninja 200 or the 400. Maybe if you use those for spotlights or lights that are very far from the subject, those will be good for maybe backlighting or ambient lighting. But for key lights, definitely do not use 200, the Ninja 200 or Ninja 400. I suggest just go straight for the Ninja 20. So that's it for me guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm already out of breath and I need to drink some coffee now. I'm already stuttering and mumbling. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.